ARK survivors, this is Lucy coming at you live, nude, and totally crude.
And this is Alcarin bringing you that sweet dual commentary.
And yeah, this is the CRIBS episode, first one, and we're gonna start with our base, right?
Definitely. I'm rocking my purple armor. You're rocking your what? Cyan and something else armor?
Cyan and a little bit of shit, you know? Nothing beats a little shitting.
You got those shitting legs in your pants? Right now we're looking at this really crappy dino breeding pin area. It started out as a good idea, and then I realized that most raptors can just run in there and just kill everything when you're trying to breed. So it was a good idea, but it wasn't all that successful, unfortunately.
Yeah, so we kind of just scratched that. Our tribe mate, Dr. Jones, he's the master breeder anyways, you know. He has a lot of experience with those dinos.
So we haven't said it yet. This is the CRIBS episode. It's been requested, you know, like base tour type episode. It was requested by one or more of our viewers, and most of you have seen the dino pin. This is just replay for a lot of you, but we're going through it, and we're just going to show you the ins and outs of the entirety of our main base. We have two other bases that are smaller, but those will come later. And oh my god, it looks like we're getting attacked. This is totally unplanned.
A raptor got in. I don't even know how, because I shut the door immediately, and all our dinos are completely out of order now.
The worst part is we spent a good part of, 30-40 minutes just organizing all this stuff before the footage, trying to make everything look nice, and it just got all screwed up in the middle of filming.
Yeah, and also I noticed there's eggs on everything, so is that why?
Eggs on everything? What are you talking about there, Lucy?
Yeah, so you can see all the little eggs on all the different dinos. Why are all the eggs there?
Oh, the eggs are there because of the oviraptors.
Oh.
We put them on Wander and stacked them with heavy materials like metal or stone or whatever.
Yeah, so then they can get their freak on without actually having to go anywhere.
Exactly. They're a lot more effective at getting impregnated when they can't move.
Yeah, that's what I've heard. So, okay, so we're done with this dino pin, and we keep them separate from our Geigas because we don't want our Geigas to get upset and kill them all, and we've lost all our dinos before, and it's depressing.
It's not so much that I'm worried about the Geigas killing our dinosaurs, I'm worried about other players enraging our Geigas and killing our other dinos. That's what I'm afraid of, and there's a dead T-Rex right in front of the Geiga pin.
Yeah, look at that thing. That thing is bloody. That is from our turrets. Thank you very much.
And it feels like the turrets are doing a lot less damage. It takes a lot more for them to actually kill a dinosaur. I think the whole multiplier thing's gone. All that good stuff. So we're moving in. We got all our Geigas up here. You know, they're all, egg impregnated, and they're all just ready to shit out some eggs. And we just have that factory. Oh, and it looks like we got 1 or 2 eggs maybe. Oh, there's the second one. Awesome.
Yeah, so we have a shitload of Geigas because they are awesome, and they're completely probably the best dino to have when you're going out and searching for something, or you need meat, because somebody said in the Steam forums that they were having a hard time. Get a Geiga, it'll gather a lot for you.
Especially post-nerf, gathering meat is a lot easier to do when you're using a Geiga.
And from the Broodmother, I don't know if you guys saw it, we got the flags and we've got the trophies, and then our bitchin' base is pretty much I do resource gathering, Alcarin builds, and look at it, it's gorgeous.
So those flags are from episode 3. I got a flag and a trophy. Lucy got a flag and a trophy. It just worked out that we're able to put those in front of the base. Totally awesome. That is a 12 by 12, I think, square, and we'll get into that in a little bit. And we're moving towards our tower defense base area over here.
My idea.
Lucy's idea, and this is in case if we get killed, we have somewhere to respawn with some emergency gear that's not inside the base.
That, and it also extends how far people can go, because a lot of times people are going and sniping your animals or your dinos, and so then this makes it so the turrets will hit them if they get in sniping range.
And every man needs, some extends to help him out with his sexual prowess. Is that right, Lucy?
That is very, very correct.
So we're on top of that, on top of this tower here. I usually stack about 400. Oh, some sort of weird glitch happened and it launched me up in the air. This is completely uncut. I don't know what happened there. Normally we can't jump that high. But 400 rounds per turret. The generator's somewhere on the floor below.
You said an extend. Maybe it just put a little extra kick in your step.
I think that's probably what happened. Lucy's going in there first. I'm going in second. We got, what, 2 respawn beds, a generator, some sniping windows in case of shit goes awry.
Yeah, because we've been attacked multiple times. We've gotten on our server, and we used to actually have downloads, and so we'd get on and have dragons that killed us, and it was crazy.
We thought it was a good idea, and then with all the cheaters, it just wasn't.
Yeah.
Now this is the floor below, and it has a lot of emergency gear. You know, water in water jars, a quickie starter set of armor, just something to get yourself back on your feet in case if you get attacked. We had a Cold War going on with a lot of other tribes. We've never actually had to use this, but we built it just in case.
Yeah, very true. We've gotten really lucky with being at this one. We left 2 of our homes, and this is our 3rd home, and we ended up not actually, being raided here.
Exactly. So yeah, this is the tower. The idea is to make it difficult to attack. When we first built this tower, it was completely surrounded by trees, and it was almost impossible to see, but it looks like the surrounding area has not respawned. I've tried throwing down some, what was it called, like regrowth or whatever, that refertilizer, right? And it just doesn't seem to be all that effective, or maybe I'm not using enough, but I would have loved to have those trees up for that cover. That tower is not supposed to be visible.
Exactly. It was supposed to hide, but for some reason, it just, anything, even if you don't take trees down, they just slowly disappear. So it's not that great. But we're going to go ahead and head inside the base. And you see to your left, those are where we used to do our compost bins. Now we do them all on the roof.
The roof doesn't have quite as many bins, but you can mess with your bins on the ground. So it's just a much safer place to work and play in your shit. So now we're going in. This is what you guys wanted to see. I think a lot of you have seen this first layer just in other videos. I'm going to give it to Lucy, though, because she helped design the organization of the bins.
Yes, I organized it before the video because I wanted it to look all nice and clean for you guys. So that was the smithy table, which I know you know what that is, and then the forge. This is our turrets that greet you and give you some bullets to the face.
I think the idea is to get you to raid through the front door. That was our idea, not to come in through the sides and then greet you with a bunch of turrets. This is our refrigerator. We keep all our cooked meat. This is where we keep a lot of the lower end kibbles, just for quick cooking. The really expensive, nicer kibbles are in a more secure location. And this is our furnace.
Yeah, so we have our cooker, and then we have our AC, and then this is our water system. And Alcarin did all of this. It's awesome.
What's really cool is there's a series of water reservoirs on the roof that pipeline down. We're nowhere near water.
Yeah.
So it's all gathered in water reservoirs and then pipeline down the middle and, double, triple layered and protected. And it's actually spouted out through the different floors so you have a constant supply of water.
And yes, I'm the one that's in charge of shit. So I like to play with shit. I like to, grow shit. Is that possible? I don't know.
Do you like to tickle people's feces? Is that what it is?
I'm a big fan.
You're a big fan of the feces hole? So we're going through these bins, just kind of showing you what we got. A lot of it isn't spectacular. We try not to keep valuable items in the bottom, the outermost bins, because that would be the easiest area to break into.
Very true, and there is still a couple journeymen and stuff, but nothing too spectacular, like you said. I try to keep all the building supplies together, so then when you're building or when you need a saddle, it's all together. Kind of helps.
We try to organize it the best we can. Now I kind of designed a labyrinth, sort of. If you come up in this direction, you go to a left, it just leads to a dead end and a bunch of turrets in your face. We purposely designed it that way, and there's no way to know which way to go unless you actually know the internal layout of the base.
And it looks like it's going somewhere because there's tons of storage bins. Very clever.
Very, very clever. Now we're just going through some of our, die bins. As you can see, those are lower end blueprints.
Yeah.
Quick access blueprints.
We're all about the quickies.
All about the quickies, and we're just throwing those eggs back in the fridge. Oh, and Lucy's naked. This just randomly happens. I don't know why. Maybe she shit herself. Maybe she's getting a little too hot. Maybe, what is it?
Well, Alcarin, anytime I'm near you, I just lose my clothes. And I did shit myself.
In this game, it just seems like everything's packed with laxative, because every minute or so, you're shitting yourself. Whether you want to or not, and if you can make it happen on purpose, but it just slips out. You don't really have control over that.
I don't know. Nowadays, there's so many laxatives, so maybe we need to get some of what they're eating.
Definitely, definitely. I think they just pumped way too many stimulants. That's probably what happened.
Or too much anal.
Too much anal and stimulants. But okay, you can see we got our narcotics, the opposite of stimulants. And we just got a lot of those. We got a crop system going on the roof. This is the industrial cooker. And it is pipelined with water. Now Lucy's leading us in and going to show you a little bit more of the base.
And I decided to put my clothes back on. I was getting a little cold, a little nippy up in here. So...
It's definitely cold because we're in the northern area of the map, and so we've got 2 respawn beds here on the first floor. Very nice. It's really annoying spawning in the middle of the labyrinth and having to run your way out.
And yes, as you can see, Alcarin is far too big for the doors, but he doesn't care. He just barges through them anyways.
I'm very good at slipping into very narrow spaces and making my way in what most would think would be an impossible task.
This is true. And without damaging the door frame.
Exactly. That's very important. If you wreck the door frame or tear in any way, there's going to be some downtime before you get to explore that door frame again. Now, all these layers, except for the outside layer, are double layered steel. We literally had to demo a base to move bases because we had a tribe mate that went awry and just demoed a third of our base, and it was just too hard to rebuild. So we demoed the rest of it, took the materials from that, relocated, borrowed thousands upon thousands of metal, I don't know how much, from Dr. Jones, and over a period of, I don't know, a month or so, maybe 2, we were able to rebuild this ourselves.
Yeah. Yeah, that was very disheartening, but we were able to, because of Dr. Jones, like you said, get it together, and we were fine.
Now, the generator is in the middle of this labyrinth. And it just it's one generator that powers everything. It's the most gas efficient. And we're coming towards the middle room where this would be the hardest area to break into.
And the bitches to get into for your base, so I get super lazy and I just drop everything downstairs, because this is ridiculous.
As you can see, this is still under construction. I mean, we're still building our layers. We have a fabricator. We got we got crafting smithy table. We've got air conditioning units in here. Pin codes.
You say fridges?
We have fridges. I think we're getting to that point. Also, the way I wired the lines is if you break one side of the wire, it's not necessarily going to take out the turrets. Everything should be double wired or triple wired in some cases.
Yeah, and this is all just his brilliant brain at work, just deciding to do all of this. And like I said, with borrowing, which we had to pay back, I ended up gathering pretty much all the resources.
Pretty much, and keep in mind, a lot of this metal was gathered before we really had good onkeys.
Yeah.
A lot of it was manually.
We lost some all.
This is our, okay, skipping ahead. That was our jerky fridge, an empty fridge, it's supposed to be for vegetables, another empty fridge, and the prize fridge that everybody's going to try to break into, all of our kibble stash. One of the most valuable things in the game, in my opinion, but not the most. We're working our way to the vaults here pretty soon. I'm passing it back to Lucy.
Yeah, so when I look at these, I'm thinking, what person in the game is possibly that big? I mean, I'm strong enough. I'm like she-woman over here, and I can just break the damn thing open. But damn, those things are humongous.
Well, you know, these vaults were designed specifically for Alcarin, you know, being so large and all. And we're going through and just kind of showing you some of the prize items we've gotten from raiding other tribes. We destroyed Roman Empire. That was one tribe that we destroyed.
And we took their base over.
And we took their base location over, and these are spoils of war. I don't know, half or 3/4 went to other tribes, and was just kind of a smash and grab once we broke in. But I think they rage quit after that. They weren't going to try to rebuild because they were KOS on that point. After that, every time we saw them, we would just kill them until they eventually quit.
Well, the reason why is because the person that went rogue, that's the tribe he ended up going to, and they all were part of our tribe and then left and part of their own.
Well, technically, they joined the server as their own tribe called the Russians. We decided to merge. They decided to merge into us, Supremacy. We became one. We built these bases. They built this magnificent base on the top of the volcano. Beautiful base, one of the best bases at the time. Mm-hmm. Right? And then they just stopped playing at some point. So we decided to split the tribe. We gave them an ultimatum: either you log in regularly, or you don't. If you don't, then we're going to split the tribes. We end up splitting the tribes. Mm-hmm. And they became Roman Empire, and we remained Supremacy. Everything went well, but there was always this Cold War going on. Like, we didn't know who was going to attack who, Everybody was afraid, and eventually we did go to war.
Very true. So you're right now, Alcarin's looking for our Ascendant AR, which he can't find, and he's pretty scared that somebody borrowed it.
Yeah, we got there were 3 Ascendant items that Roman Empire had: a rocket launcher, an AR, and a long neck rifle.
Mm-hmm.
Very rare. I don't know how they got it. I've never found one personally, but when the spoils were going through, I smashed and grabbed the AR. Another tribe member from my tribe smashed and grabbed the long neck, and I think Ghetto Boys got the rocket launcher.
And there it is!
There it is. We found it. It's the only Ascendant item on my server that I think of. I think that unless somebody hasn't advertised it yet.
Yeah, the only Ascendant AR you need.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, so then we're going to go ahead and head upstairs where you can see all the beautiful organic turrets that protect our base and our compost bins, and what else do we have up there? Crop plots?
Well, before we get up there, we got to go step by step. There's a maze layer on the bottom, and then there's a maze layer on the top, and in the middle is where all the goodies are. We're going through the maze layer that's right below the top layer, which is compacted with turrets with 400 to 500 rounds each.
And I shit my pants again.
This is really hard. You know, you chafe pretty bad when you shit your pants. If you don't clean yourself up and take your pants off, you can get a nasty rant, or you can get a nasty rash. So that's what Lucy has to do. She's got to be comfortable, and she'll do this until she gets cold again.
Absolutely, and the chitin just does not, or chitin, whatever everybody calls it, it does not feel good when you're running around with shit in your pants.
Now, I think that chitin was originally white, and after you shit yourself so many times, it went brown. Is that correct, Lucy?
Definitely could have been. I had to wash my underwear out a couple times.
All right, so we're coming to the end of the first layer of the maze. It is easy to get lost. That's one of the nice things about it. It is double layered like the bottom, and we're coming to the top. I think we laid some turrets back down, and we accidentally covered the top hatch. That's supposed to go through to the top roof, but then we decided, we don't want to demo that, or we weren't able to demo it for whatever reason.
Yeah, I kept showing the hatch or the other turrets, so if you destroyed the turret, you possibly still couldn't get through, so it's really not worth destroying it. So, plus, he gets to just watch me play on the ladder for a bit. That's a bit fun.
Oh, yeah, it's very fun. You can see the organic turrets got built on top of the hatch, and you just can't, you can break through it, but I don't know if you'd have to demolish the frame. And I really don't want to have to rebuild another frame at this moment.
True, and getting the organic turrets to grow up, it takes a while. We do have a lot, so it's not going to be that bad, but it's still not worth it. And I got cold and dressed again.
There you go. I think we're working our way back down through the middle and eventually to the bottom outside, and then we're going to fly to the top to show you the outside.
Absolutely, and while we're running down there, one thing we wanted to do a little shout out for, super excited, at 119 subs, and we really, really want to try to hit 200. We know it's really far-fetched, but 200 by the next weekend. And how many views are we almost at?
Well, I think we're getting pretty close to 8,000. I think by the time I could look up the exact number and under about, but I think by tomorrow morning we should break the 8,000 total view mark. I never imagined that we'd get this much help from you guys. Now have this many viewers, this many people that like us. I just wanted to thank you. Keep doing what you're doing and keep pushing. We're also wanting to try to boost server pop.
Yes.
I've been a big fan of keeping the rates low.
Mm-hmm.
I think currently we're at 5 times tame, 2 times gather, 5 times experience. In my opinion, that's low. Other servers are 10 times, 20 times, 30 times, 100 times. And we're noticing that those servers with really high rates are getting a lot of foot traffic.
Yeah.
So I just need you guys to, do we need to up the rates? And if so, what do we need to up them to? I don't really mind either way. I just want to try to accommodate everybody and really boost that server pop. I'd like to raid more on our server than anywhere else.
Absolutely. We want people to come join and have fun with us and just make it a full server. We run our own, and so we have the capacity. Also, hope you got to check out our vlog, and we're hoping you got to see the latest raid video, which shows if we were able finally to get into Ghetto Boy's base.
Yeah, it's what is it? Epic raid fail, Supremacy versus Ghetto Boys part 4. Mm-hmm. It really just seals the deal. You get to see how the story ends, and this was all filmed at once, but the editing was immense. 3 hours of footage cut down to 4 hours of footage cut down to 19 to 30 minute, 25 minute segments times 4, and it's just a lot of footage to cut out. And yeah, back to you, Lucy.
So then you get to see the best view of all, our beautiful base. This is just so beautiful. And I mean, it was my pride and joy when we did this base, was when we got to get those organic turrets. And then they ended up making it so you could get the seed much easier.
Yeah, at first the way we were getting seeds is just taking an Anki to the red plants up on the mountain. It was very slow, almost terrible, very rare to get the seeds. Now you can find those organic plants growing, those organic turrets growing in the swamp. And from there you can get like 50, 20, 30, 40 seeds off of a plant. It's really a non-issue.
Exactly. And here's the reservoirs that Alcarin's talking about, where it keeps everything nice and wet.
The reservoir system is separated. The inner reservoirs are channeled for the building, inside the building. The outer reservoirs are for the plant turrets. They keep them hydrated, also the rain too. The idea behind this was to make it so that way I suspected players would be able to blow up the outer reservoirs, but it would be much more difficult to blow up the inner because of the ramp layer and the double layer within the ramp. It'd be much harder to get to.
And I haven't had to gather shit in so long, so if you wondered how long it lasts, I can't honestly tell you because it's forever. It's insane. When it's in a storage box, it lasts forever.
What do you mean by shitting when you're gathering shit? You mean chitting?
No, shit.
Oh, gathering shit, yeah.
Fertilizer.
Fertilizer, yeah. We use the Fioma tactic with stimberries. We just pump out the shit, mix it with thatch gathered by a high melee Anki, and that's how we always used to do it, and that's how we continue to do it. Down here you can see the keypad. This is for roof access if you're flying in and you want to be able to blow that hatch that's covered by an organic turret. There's a misstep in the thought process there. But it's there just in case. That pin code will open up all the doors or deactivate all turrets if you know the code.
Absolutely. So we're just finishing up right here, the last little bit of our tour, and I hope you really enjoyed it. And we're just going to keep bringing you a few crib episodes from all the other bases.
Yeah, so we're flying over the pen. I think you guys have seen this many times. We're not done yet. We're going to be going into the different towers, and it's going to show you the gas-powered turret towers, and I just wanted to show you that part. This was a one by one Behemoth Gate single unit tower, but we ended up getting so many dinos that we had to expand it outward.
Absolutely. So it is just humongous, and all the dinos were falling through the ground. And so we had to actually get all the foundations and all the ceiling, because for some reason they don't actually stay on the ceiling, they fall through it. Exactly.
So we're going into one of those tower rooms. Basically, there's a ladder that goes up all the way to the top of the Behemoth Gate. It's a little open now. It used to be perfectly sealed. Lucy's going to go first. As we get to the top, you're going to see a generator on each corner. I think I showed 2 of 4. So you get the idea.
See, I think he wants me to go first so he can see up my puns, see all my shit.
Yes, that's exactly what I want to smell when I'm working my way up a ladder, is somebody that shit their shit in pants. So we're moving up here, and you can see the generator on the inside, and then the snap line goes up, but doesn't go through the roof. So it's protected from outer blasts until they take out a wall. Powers 4 or 5 metal turrets, and there's 1 or 2, maybe 3 organics up there.
Yeah, I don't know if you got to see, there is organics on all of them. We started doing metal turrets, but then it was just so much work to get all the generators and the electric cables and everything. It was just a lot.
Exactly. It's just a lot. You know, it's a work in progress, but as server pop dips, we're less influenced to keep fortifying because, well, there's no Cold War going on. Ghetto Boys is probably the next biggest tribe on the server. They probably have a couple thousand dinosaurs. That was their A-bomb. They had the most powerful, highest level dinosaurs. We had less dinosaurs, and we had less dinosaurs. And so, but now that dinosaurs have been nerfed, I think we have the advantage.
I agree. And if you notice, we're using one mic, so if you want to do a donation, we can have 2 mics.
It would be nice because using a mic or 2 mics like this, we would have a lot of repeat footage. You know, you'd hear us twice, be a lot of editing involved. We'd lose some quality.
We're wanting studio mics
Studio
so we
mics
can be
eventually,
next to
that'd
each
be
other.
nice. Exactly.
Because we do play in the same room. That's my computer right over there. But yeah, so we're coming towards the end here, and we had a great time showing you around, and we hope you liked the way our house looked and everything. And let us know what you want to see, and yeah.
Definitely. So we're just messing around here a little bit towards the end of the video, just doing some emotes, you know, waving back and forth, doing a little bit of tricks,
Be a little cheesy.
turning a little tricks.
He likes to turn a lot of tricks. You know, before I got with him, he was turning tricks every night. It was bad.
You got to make ends meet, you know. That's the way it is. Now we're just waving, and thank you for all the support. Thank you for the suggestions. We try to accommodate. Don't be afraid to reach down and touch and explore the down there, and really just, you know, make your mark.
Yeah.
You know, leave a comment, and we try to accommodate. Back to you, Lucy. Peace.
Peace out.